Tonight, from Orlando, Florida, Chao Racing presents the annual edition where our superstars fight for their careers in hopes for all the glory towards the championship. It's the 2018 Chao Racing Playoffs, and here to present the playoff dose of action, surprises, and a whole lot of amazing fun, Mr. Brennan Jennings! Hello, Atlanta, Florida! Well, we pleased to say the playoffs are finally here. Are you ready for the excitement to begin? I hope so. And hello, dear fans. Well, welcome to the 2018 Chao Racing Playoffs live from beautiful Orlando, Florida. It may be cold outside, but it's sure to be heating up because we have our 8 men's individuals, our 4 tag teams, and our 4 women's division divas competing to find out who will face off in the tag team championship, the women's division championship, and of course the world championship main event in 3 weeks. Right now we're going to start off with the 4 men's division individual races. So Paul, tell us what we have for our first playoff race. Alright, Paul, first up tonight we have the number 1 seed ChaoEmperor with a record of 20-10. He'll be taking on the number 8 seed Steve Wingman, the Irish winner of the world, and Ireland's finest warrior, one half of the Luck of the Irish. That is, as usual, our races will be held on the Emerald course, and as we take a look at the lineup for this race, our men's individual playoffs is presented by Dr. Pepper, and a frantic root beer for Chao Racing, college football, and many other great sports. Make Dr. Pepper your root beer to remember. And right now, let's send down to the field to present the opening race of the 2018 Chao Racing Playoffs. Best of luck to Howard and Steve Wingman on the quest for victory. Please start the race. Okay, and there goes ChaoEmperor, besting down the line. He is the fastest runner of the 48 men's superstars here. Steve Wingman, of course, is one of the best swimmers of the league. And right now, ChaoEmperor is going to eat the food, and there he goes, besting down the line. Here is going to be Steve Wingman, and the other to Chao in the dust. Right now, Steve Wingman is going to eat the food, and it looks like he is dancing to the beat. And it looks like number 1 is going to try to get to attention here. And who will get the first opening toss of our Chao Racing Playoffs this year? It is going to be number 8 who gets the first opening toss of the playoffs this year. Decide to take the place to come on. Right now, guess who's getting left behind the competition all the way back to back? It's number 6, that's who. And it looks like number 2 is going to rest as number 6 will lead number 2 in the dust as he takes speed rest number 2 in this race. Right now, it is ChaoEmperor who has a commanding lead with all his speed and running he practiced all year long. Steve Wingman is safely in second place to come on as the next speeders we made by number 5, who is trying to take the lead of the 6th Silver Channel back from number 1. And right now, guess who's getting left behind in the competition now? It's number 2 after he took a nap. We passed the 1 minute mark of this exciting race. And who will get the next command of speed runs? He is going to get the next command of speed runs. He's going to get a couple of speed runs, and this is one of them. And right now it looks like ChaoEmperor has reached the wall. Meanwhile, Steve Wingman better hurry up if he wants to get a world championship title match. I don't think that's going to happen. Next speed belongs to number 6, who's trying to catch up in hurry. That makes the second speed race. And right now he is leading poor on number 2 in the dust. And number 2 twice on 1. As he will get his second speed race. Trying to catch up to number 6. Boy, he's still in last place, barely behind number 6. Oh boy, Steve Wingman better hurry up if he wants to catch up to ChaoEmperor. And he's going to rest. Well, he's going to have to settle for a senior championship this year. But it was still a dominating senior no less for his swimming ability. As number 5 can't forget about going to rest as he dominates over the 5-6 Silver Champion next grand speed runs. It looks like ChaoEmperor is going to reach the World Championship for the first time. ChaoEmperor dominates over Steve Wingman by a landslide. Running for the swimming with his race. And the last speed bus of the opening race of the 2018 Chao Racing Playoffs we made by number 8. That makes his second speed bus of the race. So thank you, Steve Wingman and your fans for all this one. You have to settle for a senior championship, but it's always next time for a world championship. And ChaoEmperor, congratulations, you're going to the World Championship in 3 weeks. And as more something coming out, the fun is just getting started. Alright, so ChaoEmperor is finalist number 1. Who's going to be finalist number 2? We'll soon know, Brandon, as race number 2 of the men's individual playoffs will feature the number 2 seeded Gamecube with a record of 18 and 12 against the number 7 seeded Gamecube. And here's a look at the lineup for this next race. As best luck to Gamecube and Gamecube for the quest for the championship. Everyone is on the clock, and let's rock this place! Okay, and now goes Gamecube and Gamecube busting down the line. Gamecube is one of the 3 playoff contenders. That's one of the fastest swimmers of the playoffs in the league. He secures the number 2 seed at the end of the season. Right now it looks like Gamecube and Gamecube are both shaking the palm trees, and now they're going to eat the fruit. And there they go, busting down the line. They're going to be bowing up in the front. And right now it looks like both of these Chao are heading for the water. As the first superstar against Divas is number 6, who's trying number 2 in the dust after he's going to rest. And right now there goes Gamecube swimming with all his heart to reach the World Championship in 3 weeks from now. He has command on the lead after taking the lead away from Gamecube. And who will get Divas number 2 in this race? It is going to be number 5 who gets Divas number 2 in this race. Okay, number 1 is getting left behind in the competition all the way in the back of the pack. He's getting left behind in the competition all the way in the back of the pack. But who really got the next command Divas? As we approach the 1 minute mark, it's number 7, Natsu, trying to catch up to the others in a hurry. Right now it is Gamecube who is trying to defend the lead over Gamecube. The number 2 seed Gamecube did very well, he's just securing 18 of his 30 races with a victory. We'll soon know in nearly 1 as number 5 will get another turn. That makes his second speed of the race. And number 6 toss from 1. So he's going to join number 1 for dear life all the way in the back and back. Numbers 1 and 6 are battling for dear life all the way in the back, and it really needs help. Which one of them will get that chance? As number 1 goes down for the count, it's number 6 who will get that chance. That makes his second speed of the race. At back with fun, Gamecube and Gamecube have both reached the top of the wall, trying to gain some ground in the early run, and it looks like Gamecube is the rest. So I do believe Gamecube is going to reach the World Championship for the first time in his career, as Gamecube takes a speed bus for this race. It looks like Gamecube is off and running. Here's going to be Gamecube left behind in the dust. As number 6 takes the number 10, Gamecube is going to join ChaoEmperor in 3 weeks as finalist number 2. Well done! Gamecube, sad to say, was to settle for a senior championship. Well fun like always. Thank you, Gamecube, and your fans for all your support. And number 1 is for the rest. As number 2 will close on the US for the race. Alright, congratulations, Gamecube and your fans. You're going to join ChaoEmperor in the World Championship. And there's more time coming up in the second half of the men's individual races after this. Alright, that's 2 races now. Now it's time for race number 3. That's right, playoff number 3 will feature the number 3 seeded Dominics against last year's runner-up, Alvin Senior, who has the number 6 seed at the current one. And there's looking lineup for his next race. Best of luck to Dominics and Alvin Senior on this playoff race. Who's going to join ChaoEmperor and Gamecube? We're about to find out right now. Let's have a Chao race! Alright, there goes Dominics, there goes Alvin Senior. And it looks like Dominic is off to a pretty good start ahead of Alvin Senior. Dominic is one of the fastest swimmers in the league. Alvin Senior is one of the strongest of the league. And it looks like Alvin Senior pauses from 1, trying to get some attention. And right now Dominic is going to eat the fruit. And it looks like he's dancing to the beat. And it looks like number 1 is going to rest again. Might want to look at it. As Alvin Senior wins the away toss this time around, got the speed bus in time, and now he's catching up to Dominic, and it looks like number 2 is going to rest back over in the palm trees, so he's going to be left behind in the competition for a while. Poor number 2 is getting left behind already, And it looks like he is going to be heading for the water. As Albion Senior, the license to drive, desperate for a second chance at the title, opens this one up with back-to-back speedruns. Dominic Curry leads over Albion Senior to count one. Right now it is number 8, who is getting left behind on the competition all the way, and he needs a couple of speedruns. And he looks like he's going to get speedruns. That's number 1 process from 1. Now trying desperately to get back in this one. Right now it is Donald Bennings as we pass the 1 minute mark, or approaching the 1 minute mark in the count of 1, who is leading over Albion Senior, who is last year's runner-up. As the next speedruns were made by number 5, who's trying to lead the other 4 to a giant in dust. Right now it is number 8, who is getting left behind in the competition. Still, a couple of Silver Chow also battling for a D-Life all the way in the back of the pack. And number 5 pauses for more, so he's ready to drop down last place. As number 6, who dominates over the 6 Silver Chow, takes the next command speedruns. He is catching up to both Donald Bennings and Albion Senior. And there goes the license to drive Albion Senior, quickly climbing up the wall. But I do believe Donald Bennings is going to make a miracle comeback when we get to home stretch. No doubt about it. Next speedrun belongs to number 8. That makes his second speedrun space. And it looks like Albion Senior and Donald Bennings will both be in a mess. That means number 6 will have a little bit of catching up to do. And it looks like number 6 is going to pass. The next speedrun is made by Donald Bennings. Now catching on to our leader, Albion Senior. He is going to have plenty of time to make the pass from Albion Senior. Yep. There he goes. He got back the lead from Donald Bennings, and he is going to hold on for the lead this time. As number 8 takes another speedrun to his base, Donald Bennings holds up Albion Senior for finalist number 3. Thanks, Albion Senior, for another Texas season. You've done well. See you in the Senior Championship. Nice job, Donald. You are going to be finalist number 3 and join Hal Miller and Graham Murray. And who's going to join those 3? We'll find out in the next race after we hear a word from this. Alright, one more race before we're all set for the World Championship main event in 3 weeks. That's right, all we have left for the men's individuals is the number 4 seed John Miller of the Dazzling Aces against the number 5 seeded Luke Green, one half of Donald Bennings, who is tag team partner, who is going to join Hal Miller, Glenn Murray, and Donald Bennings in the World Championship main event, and who will have to settle for a Senior Championship against Albion Senior, Gary Coles, and Steve Wingman. There's only one way to find out, and this race will feature the Golden Chow because one of our Chow has reached 1,900 points or more in all 4 of the main category stats, so that should be very interesting. Best of luck to the remaining 2 players, and please start the race! Here we go! There goes John Miller and Luke Green fighting for the final spot in the World Championship main event. So far, things are going to form with the top 4 seeds at the current moment. Let's find out if John Miller can complete the sweep of the top 4 seeds. And right now, they're going to eat the fruit, and there they go, busting down the line. Number 7 and 8 decided to dance to the beat back in the palm trees. And it looks like it's going to be Luke Green who's going to be heading for the water. Along with a couple of a Golden Chow, as number 8, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then, takes the only toss. He's also heading for the water. That will be poor number 7, desperately fighting for D-Life over at the Bridges. And who will get speedrun number 2 is number 5, trying to take the lead away from Luke Green. Right now, Luke Green has the best position so far in second place, battling with number 2. John Miller better hurry up if he wants to get a shot at a 2018 World Championship title in 3 weeks. He's trying his best to make a statement. And here we run. We'll get the next command speedrun. It's number 8. That makes his second speedrun to the base, trying to lead John Miller in the dust. And right now, poor number 6 is getting left behind in the competition as we pass the 1 minute mark of this exciting race. He is going to need a couple of speedruns if he wants to get back in this one. And this is the first of them. Right now it is numbers 2 and 5 who are battling with Luke Green in a freeway battle for D-Life. And Luke Green pauses for 1. But he will still have the best position so far in 3rd place. Back to number 6 as he takes off number 1 for D-Life. He is currently leading number 7 in dead meat. And it looks like he is going to rest. So that means he's going to need a couple of speedrunners to get back in this one. And this is one of them. But I think that's all he's going to get for a while. And back with fun. Number 2 is good rest. That means number 5 will have full control of the lead up in the front. As the next speedrunners will be made by ChaoEmperor. And look at that. He takes the best position away from Luke Green for 3rd place. So now I think ChaoEmperor is going to complete the sweep of the top 4 seats. No matter where he finishes in this race, poor number 7 has no hope for surviving whatsoever. And ChaoEmperor will get a second speed bus. He is going to move on to the World Championship to face Chao Miller, Grandma, and all Reddings. As number 5 will take 1st place of the HL right now. Luke Green won't have enough distance to catch up to John Miller in time. John Miller is the finalist number 4, as number 1 will close on the speed bus. Thank you, Luke Green, for all your support. We'll see you in the CN Championship. Number 7, can't just forget about this race. At John Miller, you're going to face Hal Miller, Glenn Miller, and Don Reddings in the World Championship main event. Congratulations to you all. Back in a bit. Do not go away. Alright, folks. So we have settled the 4 finalists on the World Championship. Now it is time to decide the 2 tag teams to participate in the 2018 Tag Team Championship. And Paul's going to tell about this first race. Okay, first up we have the number 1 seed Vince Nason and Glenn Murray against the number 4 seed and our defending champions Alvin Jr. and Chris Fanacos. Let's find out who will be the first to move on to the Tag Team Championship this year. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race. Here we go. And right now there goes Vince Nason trying to lead Glenn Murray towards a good start ahead of the pack. Right now in the 4 Chao on the 2 teams, making their way towards the palm trees to bring down that coconut-shaped fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit, and there goes Vince Nason with Glenn Murray right on their tail. And look at that, out here enjoys Nason to be. So Vince Nason and Glenn Murray will have a 2-on-1 advantage over Chris Fanacos, and it looks like they're both heading for the water. As the first superstar to get speed bus is number 2, who leaves number 1 left behind in the dust. Number 1 is going to rest, so he's better to drop down to last place for the moment. Number 8 seems like he's also going to rest for a while. And it looks like number 1 will be heading for a while, trying to regain some ground in the only one. As number 2 opens up the tag team playoff play with back-to-back speed riders, and now he dominates over the 6-4 Silver Challenger Cowboy. Right now it is Glenn Murray who has a commanding lead for Vince Nason and Cowboy, as Chris Fanacos will get the next command speed riders. His team better will hurry up if he wants to have a repeat title. Right now, number 1 is getting left behind in the competition. Number 8 seems like he's also left behind in the competition. Which one man we got next command speed us? As we pass the 1 minute mark, it's number 1, that's who. And right now it is Glenn Murray who's going to be the first to approach the wall. I think he is going to have a chance at both a World Championship and a Tag Team Championship. He already has a shot at a World Championship. I believe he's going to have a Tag Team Championship shot as well. No doubt about it. Next BS belongs to number 2. That makes his second BS space. And he can't forget about being tailgated by the yellow Silver Challenger Cowboy. And who got the next one? It is Chris Fanacos, making his second speed bus of the race, with quickly making his way towards the wall. But I do believe Glenn Murray is going to be gone in just a moments when he gets to the home stretch, folks. And it looks like Chris Fanacos will rest as he gets back-to-back speed bus. But there goes Glenn Murray. He is going to be gone, ladies and gentlemen. He is going to lead the other team in the dust. Glenn Murray lifts Vince Nason to the Tag Team Championship. As number 1 will get his second speed bus space, he leaves number 8 in the dust, and he can forget about going to rest for a while. Number 8 is getting left behind in the competition all the way in the back of the pack. As number 1 makes 2 in a row, bites in a row, as he leaves number 8 left behind for DOI. Vince Nason can celebrate. He and Glenn Murray are going to the Tag Team Championships. Alvin Jr. and Chris Fanacos will have to settle for a 3rd place match earlier in the show in 3 weeks from now. Thank you, Alvin Jr. and Chris Fanacos, for all your support in your exciting road to repeat. Congratulations to Glenn Murray and Vince Nason, and it's more time coming up. Do not go away. And now, who do we have for our other Tag Team playoff race this year? Well, it's the number 2 seeds, Donald Rennie and Luke Green, against the number 3 seeds, Kyle Richmond and Bobby Kay. Who will face Vince Jason and Glenn Murray in the Tag Team Championships, and who will have to settle for a third place match with Al here in Junior and Chris Arcos? Well, there's only one way to find out. Good luck to these two teams, and let's have a challenge! Okay, so after being beaten by Vince Jason and Glenn Murray on the final month of tag team play, Donald Reigns and Luke Green look to beat Kyle Richmond and Bobby Kay so that they can have the revenge match against Vince Jason and Glenn Murray in 3 weeks from now. Let's find out how well they'll fare in the early run. Right now the 4 Chao are going to eat the food, and it looks like all 4 Chao are dancing to the beat. That means number 2 will have come in and lead as the first superstar gets beat is Kyle Richmond, who currently leads over the 4 opponents of the current one. He's better take the wickets, and right now it's getting left behind the competition. It's number 8, not 2. He is way behind the competition all the way in the back of the pack, as he will have speed with number 2 in this race, and it looks like Bobby Kay also really needs a catching up to do. Right now Donald Reigns has reached the other side of the water, and now he is approaching the top hill, trying to defend his lead over his partner Luke Green. And who will get the next command speed match? It is going to be number 2, who leads over the 4-7 Chao with 4 points. Right now, Bobby Mater, Bobby Kay, and number 8 are battling for delight all the way in the back of the pack. We're passing the 1 minute mark of this exciting race. And which one will get the next command speed match? Who's going to get some help? It's going to be the Bobby Mater, Bobby Kay. So the Bobby Mater, Bobby Kay will get the next command speed match. Meanwhile, Donald Reigns continues to assist Luke Green towards an easy lead, as Kyle Richmond will get a second speed boost in the race. And right now, number 8 is getting left behind in the competition. Bobby Kay seems like he's also left behind in the competition, but I don't think either one will get a speed boost right now. Not for a while, at least. No. Next speed boost belongs to number 1, who leads the Bobby Mater, Bobby Kay, and number 8 in the dust on 6th place. And right now, it is Donald Reigns, who made it to the top of the wall, and he's going to, but he will still have a dominating lead. In fact, he's going to have total control when he gets to home stretch. And it looks like Bobby Kay will have his second speed of space. He can't forget about being tailgated by number 8. But it looks like he will have to settle for a 3rd place match against Al here Jr. and Chris Morales. Sad to say. As Luke Green will have the next command speed, and there goes Donald Reigns. Kyle Richmond went a little too far that time, and Donald Reigns is going to have a win with a lot of room to spare. So Donald Reigns and Luke Green will once again face Vince Jason and Glenn Murray. It's time for all to go in the 2018 Tag Team Championship in 3 weeks from now. Let's hope that Reigns works well in 3 weeks from now. As number 8, well, the next command speed who desperately needs to catch up every now and then. That makes his second speed race. Kyle Richmond will come in 2nd, and Happy Luke Green will come in 3rd place. As number 1, we'll get the next command speed, and I do agree we won't have enough time for another speed race. That is going to be it for a while. Yep, Bobby Kay is going to finish the race in time. No more speed race, so this race is done. Finito. Alright, so thank you, Kyle Richmond and Bobby Kay, for all your support. You have to start for a 3rd place match. Donald Reigns and Luke Green will see you in the Tag Team Championship, and we'll send the women's division races after we hear a word from Nets. Alright folks, we now continue with our 2018 Chao Racing Crowds here in sunny Orlando, Florida. So let's bring out our 4 Chao Racing divas, and we hope for the very best in a quest to become the new women's division champion, and here's Paul to tell us all about it. Okay, first we have the number 1 seed Sydney Newton against the number 4 seed Rhea Posey. Sydney Newton has the best record of the 24 divas at the current moment. Let's see if she can keep up her winning streak in this next race. Good luck to Sydney and Rhea. Everyone is on the clock, and let's rock this place. And there goes Sydney Newton and Rhea Posey busting down the line, trying to impress the Orlando, Florida attendance here today, as we await to find out which 2 divas will represent as the participants in the Women's Division Championship. This will be the 2nd annual that the Women's Division Championship is held. It was Pauline Connor over Sarah Glenn Murray in last year's Women's Division Championship. Who will represent this year's participants? We'll find out soon enough. And right now it is Cindy Newton and Rhea Posey who are neck to neck heading into the first phase. And it looks like Cindy Newton is heading for the water. As the first superstar to get speedless is number 6, who wakes up from his nap and now he's trying to lead number 8 ahead of us, who is getting all alone in last place behind the pack. And who's going to get speedless number 2? It is going to be what should be our leader, Cindy Newton, the best record of the 24 divas, I think in 12-3. And right now it is Rhea Posey who's trying to defend second place over number 1 and back at the bottom of the hill. And who got the next one? It is number 6. That makes it second speedless of the base. Going catching up to number 2 for 4th place. Right now number 7 is getting left behind in the competition. But right now it is number 8 who is way behind in the competition all the way back. But it's number 5 who leads number 7 in us as we pass the 1 minute mark, as he will get the next command because meanwhile Cindy Newton has a commanding lead over Rhea Posey. I do believe Cindy Newton is going to have a chance to become the Women's Division Champion for 2018. So Rhea Posey doesn't have a chance at all. Next because belongs to number 8, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then. He finally gets home, but I think he's going to need a lot more help than that. Oh, and down goes Rhea Posey back in front. And Jesus Christ. So she expected to drop down a couple of places. Well, there's always a fair place match for Rhea Posey. She still had a terrific season no matter what happens. As number 8, who once again needs some serious help, takes back-to-back speedbus. And by now it is Cindy Newton, who is at the home stretch trying to wrap things up ahead of Rhea Posey by a safe distance. And as number 7 takes the next command speedbus, looks like Rhea Posey warm enough distance to catch up to Cindy Newton in time. Cindy Newton is going to be finalist number 1 for the 2018 Women's Division Championship. As number 1 takes the next command speedbus, Cindy Newton holds off Rhea Posey by a long distance to secure the victory. Well done. Thank you, Rhea Posey, for all your support. We'll see you in the 3rd place match. And we have just enough time for one more speedbus, and we ready by number 6, who leads number 8 in the dust. That makes his first speedbus race, and Cindy Newton can celebrate. That's right. Who's going to face Cindy Newton? We'll find out next race. But first, let's hear word from this. Alright, and now it's time for the second Women's Division playoff race. That's right, the next playoff race will feature, this will be the last one for the night, it will feature the number 2 seed, Liberty Fortune, against the number 3 seed, Howard Benjamin. Yes, this will be a rematch of last year's 3rd place match. Last time it was Howard Benjamin who sealed the victory over Liberty Fortune to get 3rd place. But one of them is going to reach the World Championship this year for Women's Division. We'll find out soon enough. Please start the race. So, after these two divas were beaten by Sarah Grimberry and Pauline Carter in last year's playoffs, one of them is going to have a shot to face Cindy Newton in the Women's Division Championship for 2018. The loser must have to deal with Rhea Posey for a 3rd place match. Who will get that chance at a World Championship for the Women's Division this year? We'll find out soon. And right now it is Howard Benjamin who has conveniently up in the front, as the first superstar to get speedless is number 6, who's trying desperately to catch up. And right now it is number 8 who's going to rest, and number 7 was dancing to the beat. So these two will be left behind in competition for a while. As speedless number 2 in this race, we made by number 8, as number 7 heads for the water. And right now, guess who took a shortcut? It's number 1 of the Silver Chow. Right now it is Olivia Fortin and Harold Benjamin who are battling for the best position in 2nd place because number 1 took a shortcut. As number 5, who dominates over the rest of the Silver Chow, takes the next command speedbus. Number 1 currently has a commanding lead up in the very front with Howard Benjamin and Olivia Fortin battling for 2nd place. As we head back into number 5, good domination so far for 4th place. And right now it is number 6 and number 8 who are getting left behind in the competition all the way in the back of the pack. These two are getting left behind, but it's number 7 who pauses from 1 who gets the next command speedbus. Right now it is number 1 who's trying to defend the lead over Helen Benjamin and Olivia Fortune up in the front. Helen Benjamin and Olivia Fortune on the next to approach the wall. Which one will be an early run? We'll find out soon enough. Next bus belongs to number 8. That makes it second speed bus race. And Benjamin and Louis Fortin is going to be neck and neck. They're battling neck to neck all the way to the top of the wall. But right now, all eyes are on number 8 as he gets back-to-back speeders. That makes his first speeders race. And back in front, Helen Benjamin is going to rest. And it looks like Olivia Fortin taunts for a moment. These two Chao making their way towards the home stretch as the next speeders we may by Helen Benjamin. Who's going to have the win? We'll find soon enough as number 1 makes its way towards the goal line. It looks like Olivia Fortin is going to face Cindy Newton. Yep, as number 1 takes first place. And number 6 takes the next command speeders, making his second speeders race. Helen Benjamin won't have enough distance to catch up to Olivia Fortin in time. Olivia Fortin gets him. Hurry there, and gets Helen Benjamin. She is going to face Cindy Newton in the World Championship Women's Division. Thanks, Helen Benjamin. You have to defend your third place. Olivia Fortin, congratulations, and we'll be back in a bit. Do not go away. So, here's how our matches look like in next week's Championship Series in 3 weeks. The World Championship main event will feature Alan Miller, Glenn Murray, Donald Rennings, and John Miller, while the Senior Championship will feature Luke Green, Al Hean Sr., Gary Coles, and Steve Lakeman of the Luck of the Irish. The 2 teams in this year's Tag Team Championship will be between the rivals Vince Davison and Glenn Murray against Donald Rennings and Luke Green. And then in our third place match, it will be Kyle Leachman and Bobby Kay taking on the reigning champions Al Hean Jr. and Chris Van Arkels. And in the Women's Division Championship, number 1 seed Cindy Newton takes on the number 2 seed Olivia Fortin in hopes of Olivia fulfilling her redemption this year. While the third place match will feature Helen Benjamin defending third place against Viola Posey. So let's hope for the very best for all of our superstars and divas on the road to victory. By the way, for those of you who are wondering who's going to participate in the 2018 Chao Racing Tournament Champions in Lisbon, Portugal at the end of this year, here's how the January qualifiers look like in front of an independent adjudicator. Sean Sled will represent last year's 4th place winner India, while Marlon Bergerson will represent Team Italy, Remy McKenna will represent Colombia, and Taco Lang will represent the folks over at Monaco. So congratulations to those 4 nations representing India, Italy, Colombia, and Monaco in this year's Tournament Champions. We'll see them in Lisbon, Portugal at the end of this year. And coming soon to the ChaoEmperor channel, we have Season 5, a brand new season for our 2 tournaments, Super Street Fighter 2 and Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. We'll see how fast Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat participants find their way to the top in elimination tournaments, so tune in to the ChaoEmperor channel for all details. And of course, be sure to catch replays of Seasons 1 and 4 for both of these tournaments. So that's it for the 2018 Chao Racing Playoffs. Congratulations to all of our winners who's going to participate in our Tag Team, Women's, and World Championship main event. We'll see you in 3 weeks in Hollywood, California for the Championship Series. So be sure to tune us then for more exciting action. Until then, this is Splash Ryan signing off. Keep on smiling. We'll see you in the Championship Series. And so long, everybody! This is Paul Sagamore. Thank you for joining us on our annual Chao Racing Playoffs. Join us in 3 weeks from now for the conclusion of our 61st season with our Chao Racing 2018 Championship Series. It's going to be a whole lot of fun indeed. See you then!